Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. What day is it, Rosaline?
Sunday. We don't know what day it is. Could be day 29 or
No, I meant
13.
day of the
No,
real talk, not day 29 of.
I don't know, love. It's
Yeah,
like day, what is it? Day we did 21, 20. Isn't it 19? I think it's day 19.
yeah. But I think it's like day 8 or 9. We can't even remember of the real talk. Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we are going to be discussing goal setting and actually achieving your goals. Let me introduce you to this lovely lady here, Alhamdulillah, Rosaline Batul. She helps coaches sell her high ticket offers, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah. And introducing Saika Riyad. Saika Riyad is a marriage mindset coach and she helps married couples thrive. And she also helps divorcees overcome a breakup and find love again. So, Saika, let's get started. What we're
Yes.
doing.
You tell me, you chose this topic. You wanted to talk about it. So, Alhamdulillah, let us know where you're streaming in from, and say hello so we know you're watching. Subhanallah.
Yes,
Okay. So,
please.
Rosaline, can you tell us what is a goal and why are they important to have or to set in your life? What are they, and what's the purpose of them?
So goals are a desired result. That's the best way to put it down in what's it called? Normal language and simplified language is a desired result that you want. Okay, and it has a time limit to it, and it has a feeling to it as well. That's the best way that you can describe a goal. A goal takes you from A to B, right? The way to work towards your goals is obviously to write it down and have the image of what you want in your mind so that you take consistent action towards it every single day. Yeah, that's the best way to describe a goal.
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. And that's exactly what a goal is. A goal is an outcome that you want to have, and you can have goals for each area of your life. So that goal could be in your business, it could be related to your health, it could be related to your deen, and it can also be related to your marriage or your relationship, subhanAllah. So these are goals. And what is the importance of having these goals? Why do we have them, Rosaline? What would happen if we didn't actually have any goals in our life? What would we be doing?
We would just be like walking around like dead fish, not dead fish, but we're just walking around with no, it's like we'll have no desired result. Because as human beings, our mind loves to pursue happiness. It pursues
Yeah,
desires. It pursues things that create bliss. So if you just walk around with no goals, your life becomes aimless. So you're aiming and you're shooting at things that don't really matter, and you're doing things based upon a whim, just like animals. Like animals, they do things based upon a whim, right, Saika? Not saying we
yeah,
are animals, we do have animalistic instincts in us, but when you have a goal, it keeps you in your character of being a human being, because we're habitual, right?
yeah,
We have habits, we have behavior patterns, we have beliefs, and we have a thought process. So the way to maximize your thought process, to maximize your belief patterns, to maximize your potential, setting goals helps you stay focused, stay consistent. And without them, like literally, your life is aimless. Like look at it now, we're in isolation. All of us had a routine, right?
yeah,
The routine
subhanallah.
was wake up in the morning, get dressed, have a shower, whatever, go to work, come
Yeah,
back. When you look at it, when you simplify that, that's still a goal that you're creating. Your goal is to wake up early in the morning so that you can get to work on time. Now, a lot of us, we don't have that routine anymore, right? So what's our goals now? This is why it's so important to set goals every month so that you're always pushing yourself to reach your highest potential.
yeah, exactly, mashallah. So, by the way, if the sound is echoing, please let me know because I know it echoed yesterday and we didn't even have a clue. Walaikum salam, Ibiyemi and Ajaz, thank you for joining. So, yeah, completely. And having a goal is basically gives you a sense of purpose and a sense of direction in your life. It gives you a sense of fulfillment that I'm doing something, I'm achieving something, and I'm not, just going with the flow, wandering blindly and doing things. And basically why people actually succeed and the difference between successful and unsuccessful people is the ones that have organized plans of action. Now,
Mm.
if you don't have this plan, which is the goal or goals, right, you kind of just wander blindly. And what you can do if you want to set a goal for yourself is that you write every step of every objective and then you implement it. So for example, if I wanted to lose 1 stone, right? That would be my overall goal, right? That's my goal. And then how would I achieve it? I'd break it down into bite-sized pieces and say, okay, I need to join the gym. I need to buy maybe portion control plates. I need to start eating less, cut out sugar, cut out chocolate, etc. So you write every step of that objective to actually meet that goal. And then you implement which one is more important and which one is last. And that's how you master that skill. It's got nothing to do with your degree. Subhanallah, I was speaking to a brother a couple of days ago, and who's been through 2 divorces, and his confidence was zero. And he was like, I can't do anything because I didn't even do my GCSEs. And so I'm not capable of achieving any success in my life because I haven't even done GCSEs. I'm doing GCSEs at the age of 38. But I said, wait a minute, it's got nothing to do with your degree or how many certificates or pieces of paper you have. It's actually your organized plans of action and the discipline you create and you set every day to meet them plans of actions.
That's really good. And you know what it is, guys? Going back to what that's the action that you take. That's like the action you take once you've created the goal in your mind. And this is what we were talking about yesterday when you connect the feeling to it, right? Like a goal can only become worthy of pursuing when you can feel it, when you can feel how it will feel for you, how accomplished you'll feel once you achieve that goal, right? And
Hmm.
this is what I'm saying to you, like when I mentioned before, that our mind is it likes to take us away from pain towards pleasure. So the quickest way for you to achieve your goals is to attach that pleasure aspect to it. Like, how will I feel once I finish my project? Once I finish my essay? How will I feel once I do a workout? How will I feel after 30 minutes of working out? How am I going to feel within? A lot of us are so disconnected from our emotions. We're too afraid to dig and go there. Don't you think, Saika? A lot
Yeah,
of us are, we're
100%.
so
Yeah.
like we're so disconnected, like you're thinking, oh, I just want to achieve this because I'm going to feel validated, or I have to prove to someone that I'm
Yeah.
successful. That's the wrong emotion to have. You have to do
Hmm.
it for yourself because you want to feel like a successful person. And the way that you build your success muscles in your mind is by setting goals and achieving them and then getting to the next one, rather than thinking, you know what, I just want to prove people wrong that I can do it, or want to prove to this person that I can do it. So
Yeah,
the
and
emotion.
subhanallah. Yeah, yeah. And you know what, Rosaline? It just another thing came into my mind, subhanallah. In so many marriages, I see that the couples, the husband and the wife, because they don't have clear goals and objectives with what they want to do, they start becoming needy and they start pulling the other person down because they've got no sense of purpose and they want to get all their love and connection through that person, and it actually drains them out.
Mm,
Subhanallah. So really, it's about you thinking, why do you want this? And you have to connect the emotion to it. And you know what I did this morning? I haven't done this in a long time,
mm,
but I actually visualized myself at the end result of actually achieving the goals that I wanted in my year, and I felt absolutely fantastic. Subhanallah.
oh, mashallah.
And because emotion has to be connected to it. It's not writing a bunch of things on a piece of paper and then on New Year's Eve and or whatever New Year's
Yeah, or
Day,
waiting for
right?
a day.
Yeah, subhanallah, looking for a specific day. I know we have this tradition that what are your New Year's goals and all that, but really it's not about that. You have to have that emotion, that intensity and drive to achieve that result, and
Yeah.
that's what's going to drive you, because some goals are not easy to achieve. You have to have a lot of tenacity, and people
Mm.
give up in that pursuit. So,
So true. It's so true.
what?
People give up because
Yeah.
they haven't connected the desire and the emotion to it. And guys, if you want to connect a painful experience to your goal, link regret to it. So think of something that you regretted your whole life that you didn't accomplish, and link it
Mm,
to your goal. That if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it. And then think
yeah.
about all the things that will happen as a consequence for you not pursuing that goal and sticking with it and taking action and being committed to it, right? So
Subhanallah.
when you attach that pain and pleasure aspect to a goal, it will fire you up to stay focused, because what you need is to build your willpower muscles and stay focused on that goal. So connecting your emotions to it is very important. Because
Yes,
that's
subhanallah.
emotion
Regret. You
regrets.
just reminded me of another thing when you said regret. Subhanallah, regret is something that's you have to attach pain, which is a form of regret, to a goal
Right.
or to something that you don't want to do, and pleasure to the thing you do want to do. So I know, subhanallah, what happened is I read in this personal development book that some people wanted to teach their kids about the pain of taking drugs, that don't ever take drugs, right?
Mm,
So they wanted to teach them a lesson. You know what they actually did? They drove all the way to this crazy place where there's all druggies and there's injections and they've urinated everywhere and it stinks and they're in a really bad condition and state
mm,
and they smell and it's not nice, right? They took their
mm,
kids there deliberately and they told them before, they kind of conditioned them that, look, where we're going now, you're going to see people. This is what happens if you take drugs. This is the
mm,
consequences of taking drugs. And what that immediately did is it conditioned them in their
mm,
mind that drugs equal bad. They attached pain to that from early on kind of upbringing. And subhanallah, they never went near drugs again. Thank you for joining,
mashallah.
Shaka. So yeah, so that's, you have to really, if you don't get this result, how is it going to impact your life? How is it going to
Mm,
hold you back? And that's why even with making lists really helps me, because it's like an analysis of a list of tasks that I have to do for week one. Right? You can do it
mm,
the week before, like every Sunday evening. Think, okay, what do I want to get done that is really important this week? Or you make it the next day or the night before, because your subconscious mind is kind of instructed, and then you tick it off as you go along. So there's so many
mm.
different strategies you can use, but you have to have that drive and the willpower to do it. If your drive and willpower or your why is not strong enough, you're going to give up when it gets tough. So this goal
Right,
must be something really meaningful to you, because
right.
no goal is achieved that is, subhanallah, rewarding and pleasurable without going through some sort of inconvenience and pain.
Right. And you know what? Being uncomfortable is the best way to push yourself. A lot of us are stuck in our comfort zones. We don't want to stretch. But your success is in that stretch, is that zone of feeling uncomfortable, right? Because most of us, like again, our mindset is here to keep us safe, and we stay safe in familiar circumstances. So when we
Mm,
stay stuck, we're comfortable. And a lot of us don't want to take risks. Like when I had a client the other day, I did an RTT session with her. She was like, I don't want to take the risk because I might lose my family. It might be hard. I might burn out. So you have to get out of your comfort zone. And a good way to do that, a good way of getting out of your comfort zone is doing something every single day that scares you. Something
yeah,
like, these
yeah,
lives scared me. I was like, oh my God, like
I
I
know,
was like
subhanallah.
avoiding it for so long because I was just, oh my God, like, because I thought this is the belief that I had, that I can't think on the spot. Like I'm not good at talking, or I'm not good at, like, having a conversation with people. But alhamdulillah, people have said to me that, I'm actually good. So I took that on board. And you know what am I doing? Like I'm messing around. Let me do
Alhamdulillah.
something that
Yeah.
scares me. So this scared me in the beginning, but now I'm cool with it. I can do a live. So every single day, do something that scares you. Like for me is reaching out to people, contacting people, like in selling, because I have a business, I run a business, and selling is a contact sport. So contacting my leads and speaking to people and connecting, building relationships, facing rejection. I'll tell
Mm,
you what now, guys, when you face rejection, when you get that no,
mm,
whatever it is in your life, let's say you want a raise in your job, you want a bonus, you want a promotion, and you go out to your boss and say, you sit down with him and tell him why you want a raise, and you get that no, at least you took the step to do something, right? And that's going to
subhanallah.
program your mind to keep doing things that make you feel uncomfortable.
And the more no's you get, it's natural. You're going to get no's all
Oh yeah.
across your life, right? From the moment we're born till, subhanAllah, till the time we die, we're overcoming these
Yes.
no's, subhanAllah. Life is a test, right?
Mm,
So don't be afraid that somebody's going to say no or you're not going to do it, because that's what you've told yourself. It's not true. You have to just be accustomed to becoming uncomfortable, right?
yeah.
This even doing these lives was uncomfortable for me. For I was like, oh gosh, I have to do this technical stuff and
Oh
these
yeah. Do
microphones and how am I going to do this and how do you stream this and blah blah blah. Right? It was
you
you
remember?
it took a week to even get this on Facebook. Subhanallah, we couldn't even get.
Guys, the trouble
Honestly,
we've gone
so
through.
annoying. It was really annoying, and I was like, oh my god, this is actually really annoying me. But
Yeah.
you have to just keep up with it. You just have to keep going and set priorities. What's
Mm,
relevant? 80%. What goal is it that's going to bring you 80% value in
mm,
your life? That's going to determine your happiness. That's going to actually
Right.
come from 20% of your actions. So there's going to be 2 or 3 things that are actually really vital in your life, right? They're really important, and you have to think, what's the most valuable use of my time right now? What
Mm.
impact is it going to have on my future? Think long term. People, we live in that age of instant gratification. We want something, it's there,
Yeah.
right? We want something, it's there, but subhanallah, the reward actually lies with the person who persists, who's continuous, and who shows up even when they don't feel like it.
Yes, guys, your emotions can play games on you. Like
Gosh.
when you don't feel like it and you feel, oh, you get one hate comment. Like the other day I had so much like hate in my DMs. But alhamdulillah, most of the
SubhanAllah.
people who like were sending me hate, they realized that they were just reacting. But that's like what throws you off your game sometimes. You're thinking, oh my God, like people are watching me. I'm afraid to be rejected. People are judging me. I'm gonna get criticized, and people are going
Sure.
to be so opinionated of what I'm doing. And this is what stops people from pursuing their goals.
But
They're too
really,
worried.
what does it say, Rosaline? What does it say about the person who's hating for no reason? It shows that actually
Right.
there's a problem within
With
them.
them, exactly. Guys, you have to remember,
Because
you will,
I wouldn't go on anybody's
right.
live or anyone's
Who
video
has
and start
time?
hating. I don't have the time or the energy to
Right, it
actually
takes a lot
do
of
that.
energy, right? But you guys, you have to realize that, when it comes to goal setting and when it
Mm,
comes to being successful, let's talk about being successful. Guys, you will lose your friends. I'm telling you
yeah,
this now from a place of love, not in a bad way that you're going to create enemies, because I don't believe I have any enemies. I just have people who don't like me. There's a big difference. But you will lose your friends. You'll
mm,
have your family members who will not understand what you're doing when you want to be successful, whatever it is, whether it's building a business, whether it's being more successful in your marriage, in the sense that you don't involve your in-laws in your business, or there's so many ways that you can be successful within your own right. But just know that when you start rocking the boat and you start telling people to get off your ship because you're changing your mindset, just know that people, you will get a lot of hate and you will get a lot
yeah.
of criticism.
They're gonna get away from you, and only the true people are gonna stay with you
Yeah,
anyway.
and I
So don't
invite
worry
it.
about them. Yeah, and
I
don't
invite
even
it.
worry about it. Just let it be. Just let it pass. Subhanallah. You're not here to. You can't please everyone all the
Yeah,
time.
and I see
Anyway.
this all the time. Yeah, I see this all the time with people that, oh no, oh, like, my friend is not on board with it, and I don't know what to do. I really want to do this, but people, what they're going to say about me, who
Who
cares?
cares? Who
Because
cares?
either way, people will still talk about you, whether you're doing
Yeah,
everything perfectly within line, within everything that you can think of, within the rules of society and your religion and everything. People will still talk about you. The key is that
yeah,
you have to have that confidence within yourself that, what, I see something that no one else sees, and I'm going to carry on doing it. That's leadership. A lot of people just want to be influencers, or they want to be like the ones who get the likes and the followers, but it takes skills, it takes courage, and it takes resilience to be a leader. And when you want to be successful, you have to know leadership skills. You have to know what it's like to pave the way when no one can see where you're going. You have to pave the way for people. So just know success requires you to give up what you love, give up that instant gratification, and it requires you to build a robust mindset where you think, you know what, I'm going to do it no matter what. No matter what people say to me, no matter how much hate I get, how much criticism I get, how much rejection I get, I'm still going to do it because this is about me and not other people.
yeah, 100%. And you know what? You have to have that ruthless mindset. That come rain or
Oh,
shine. I've
guys,
got a
I have a
vision.
ruthless, ruthless mindset. Yeah, go on.
You have a vision. You have a mission, and you're gonna achieve it as long as you're not doing anything wrong. As long as it's not haram. As long as you're not harming anyone. And it's for your development and growth. Go for it, subhanallah.
Yeah,
Don't
disclaimer.
wait for
Let me
everybody. Don't wait for everybody to accept you, because that's never gonna happen. Just
Yeah,
go and
let's
do it,
put let's
subhanallah.
put a disclaimer, because someone messaged me ages ago, right? They were like, "Yeah, I want to be like a drug dealer. That's my dream." I said, "Listen, mate, we're not talking about the haram, yeah. We're not talking
Yeah,
about
we're
the
not saying do
impermissible
anything
illegal
bad.
activities,
Yeah,
mate. Okay, we're
yeah,
talking about successful ways and in the legal ways to be successful, and it requires you to be, like Saika said, ruthless. You have to be
mm,
ruthless. You have to have that mindset that, you know what, no matter what, it's going to happen, and you have to see the vision. This is why it's so important. Your mind is what drives you, is your engine. So you have to get
yeah.
this right. If this is not right and is swayed by opinions and emotions, you're never going to get where you want to go. You're going to be following different routes and going in one lane and the next lane. And do you get me? That's why you get overwhelmed with your emotions. So you have to be very ruthless and very disciplined, because like a part of self-care is discipline. Discipline with your friends, discipline with your family, discipline with yourself. This is very important what it means to be successful.
Yes, you call it the engine. I call it the control panel. So
Yes, you
it's
call it control
literally
panel.
it's the same thing,
Can't drive a
subhanallah.
car without an engine.
It's control
Can't
panel.
watch
Yes,
TV.
actually,
Can't
yeah,
watch
yeah,
TV without the control panel or play games. You can't
subhanallah.
play the games without the control panel, right?
Yeah,
You can't, right? Can't
subhanallah.
play PS4 without a control panel.
True, true, subhanallah. And once you decide what these goals are, you need to concentrate single-handedly, hammer onto it until it is finished. Cut
Yes.
off your distractions. Use there's a method called ABC method, and
Mm,
basically A stands for number one, activities, which means the most important things you need to be doing. B are the like desirable, it's nice to do but it's not as important. C is it's not going to really, watching Netflix, it's not going to really do much for you, right? So you need to be doing your A activities, your A goals, what you need to do in the next year or the next few months, and the structure and schedule it in, or what you do. When you schedule it in, it's not just writing it in
mm,
your diary, but it's actually taking the time and doing it. And another important part of goal setting is that we must have deadlines,
mm,
because 85% of us, we need these logical kind of consequences. We're human beings, right? We're going to slip off, we're going to get off the track, we're going to have days where we feel like I can't be bothered to do this, right? So you need to structure yourself, and give yourself a specific reward. After you accomplish this, I'm going to be doing this. Give
mm.
positive consequences for everything you do. Always try and finish it even before the deadline. And you know what? Telling others about your deadline,
Oh,
it's a
yeah, that's a good
forcing
one.
system. You set
Yeah.
tight deadlines so you get more work done in shorter time, and then announce it. Write it on your
Mm,
Facebook thingy that, you know what, by this date I'm gonna have lost half a stone or something. I don't know, whatever your goal is, you need to give it. If you just leave it off without a date, it's not really,
a
it's too
goal.
loose. Yeah, it's too loose.
Yeah.
You can't really measure it, can you? It's not
No, you
specific and
can't.
measurable. So the
Yeah.
deadline, it actually works really well because it gives you a logical consequence.
Yeah, and also in terms of deadlines, you could do like you could split your year up into quarters. So the
Yeah.
first 3 months, what I'm working on, the next 3 months, what I'm working on, the next 3 months. So you have quarters. So instead of having like a year plan where you're so stretched out, focus on the quarter, and then you break it down into the month, and then you break it down into the week, and then you break it down into the day. So focus on that. We're in the second quarter now, aren't we? Yeah, we
I
are.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we're in our second.
Yes,
We're in our second
subhanAllah. I
quarter.
think
Yeah.
then in it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like April, May, June. Yeah, we are in our second quarter. So figure out your goals for this second quarter. I think it's till July that we finish this second quarter. Think about what you want to accomplish by July. Okay. So instead of
Mm.
you thinking what I want to accomplish by December, you're thinking about what can I accomplish? What do I want in my health, my wealth, my business, my career, my family? Like spread it out into different aspects of your life, not just one, and then start working on it. Like we
Mm.
mentioned, that break it down into smaller chunks, visualize, be committed. The biggest thing is you need to be committed to your results. If you're not committed to your results, then you're not going to get where before. And
You
you,
need somebody who's going to keep you on track, whether that is a
yes,
mentor or coach or whoever it is. You need that push and motivation, because naturally, like I said, we're going to slip off. And the quarter thing works really well because, I'm sure you have as well, Rosaline, the 3 month goal initially with
yeah, I
your
do in
business.
my
And then,
business.
yeah,
Yeah, it
alhamdulillah.
works. It
And it works
works.
really well, subhanallah,
Mm,
because then you can look at it. And I have a goal and I've stuck it on my bedroom wall,
mm,
and I look at it every day and I think, okay, am I coming close to that? Am I doing things that are going to
mm,
lead me to that? And also, when you do, another strategy for successful goal setting is like log your time, like keep track of your time. Write
oh
down if you want to
yeah,
get really. This is what I did when I had my
yeah,
marketing event last year. I would literally put my phone on flight mode so nobody can contact me. I'd have one window open and I would put the timer on. I'd Google countdown timer. I'd write down my start time, and I'd
mm,
watch, or I'd get other people to watch you and feedback, because is your time in line with your high priority goals? So if you want
mm,
to finish one Quran in this month of Ramadan, you want to do it within the month, you need to you need to prioritize it. How much are you going to read a day? When are you going to read it? Are you going to read it in blocks? Are you going to read it
mm,
in like after each salah? How are you going to manage it?
And you know what's so funny? I'm glad you mentioned that. There's actually a guy, I forgot what his name is, and I forgot what it was exactly, but he said, get like a in like a spreadsheet, and it has 24 hours on it. And then every hour you write down what you did in that hour. Just for one
Oh
day. This is
wow,
like
subhanallah.
on your
You know, I
normal day.
haven't done this. I think I
Oh my
need
God,
to
I
try
did
this.
this.
Okay.
I was a zero procrastinator. I actually did it in when I was studying law. So during law school, you have to read a ton of case studies. You have to read nonstop. You have to be well versed with the law. So his idea
You know
was,
what? Me and you have got so much in common,
have you studied
subhanallah.
law?
I have done law. You never told me you studied
You
law.
never told me this, Psyche. Oh my God,
You're
this is
coming out with all
guys.
this stuff,
What's
subhanallah.
going
I'm like,
on?
yes, the day before she was
What
like,
was your
I went,
favorite? What was your
you were
favorite
like, I
module?
went to
Mine was
Saudi
land
Arabia.
law.
No, land law is definitely not my favorite.
I
But
love land law.
yeah, it's fun. Criminal,
So
I think, is more interesting.
Oh,
But yeah,
criminal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Criminal. Actually, I like criminology. I didn't like the whole aspect of the law, but criminology, like the psychology behind things. I like that. That was very interesting. This is why I went into my field of psychology and mindset, because it was just very interesting. But the guy said that, so have like a spreadsheet where you have every hour written, okay? And then in that hour, you write down everything you've done in that hour. So, guys, I don't want you to amend your day. This on a normal day, what you would do. So when you wake up, write it down, woke up. Then the next hour, what did you do between the time you woke up to the next hour? Like, how much time do you spend on Facebook, on social media? How much time were you just lazing around doing nothing? Write it all down. And then what you do like a whole, what's it called? You look at it.
summary. Yeah,
A
like a
summary,
summary.
yeah.
Yeah.
And you find what you're doing. And you probably find out that you're spending like 6 hours on social media.
Yeah,
That's probably what you'll find.
Subhanallah.
And you'll be shocked, because what it is, guys, we're visual. So remember, because our mind responds to images, we have to create a vision. We have to create something that's tangible to look at. We can't see time, right? So you have to create the time in your mind. And the way you do is by writing it down what you do. And then that way you know where you need to improve. Like, okay, I need to wake up earlier. Because when I woke up late, I was all over the place, couldn't get my kids ready, breakfast wasn't made, this and that. So it helps you manage your time and start creating a pattern so that you can stick to a schedule, set your goals and achieve them, inshallah. Psych, I didn't know you study law. Like, oh my God.
you didn't tell me, so I
Both
didn't know.
lawyers.
You
What's
came out
going on?
the other day she came out with it. She's like, I was in Saudi Arabia for 1 year. And I'm like, wait a minute, you never told me that. I was in Saudi as well for a year, subhanAllah.
When?
I went in 2013.
Oh, you went 2 years before me. I was in 2014.
Okay, subhanAllah. I
Yeah.
spent a year there as well, alhamdulillah. So
What
yeah,
were you
you know what?
teaching?
Yeah,
You were teaching?
Yeah, I was teaching, subhanAllah.
Wow, that is so weird. Anyways, guys, we just having a normal discussion.
I know, this is like, I've attracted my twin or something like.
I know.
It's really weird,
That is
subhanAllah.
so weird.
Alhamdulillah. Okay, and you know what? Visually, I just to add on to that point, vision boards basically are really good as well. And I did this. I've got a big like canvas, right? And I need to do it because I normally do it each year. To be honest, I do it on a yearly basis. And all the goals that I have pictures of them. So, for example, if I wanted to lose 1 stone, I'd put the logo of my gym. I'd put the logo of a personal trainer if I had one. I'd put a picture of healthy, nutritious food, right? So basically, when I wake up and I see that, right, it immediately, it's just there. It's I don't have to think about it. It's just immediately in my mind, kind of thing.
That's a good thing to have, mashallah. And guys, I actually have my vision board saved as a screensaver on my phone. And mashallah, one of my visions was to go to LA. Guys, I went to LA in January, alhamdulillah. It happened so quickly. I think I put that picture on my vision board like 3 weeks before I went to LA. And alhamdulillah, it happened. It was amazing. It was such an amazing experience. But vision boards do work. Just like we were saying, words and images. Your mind only responds to that. And guys, another thing I want to say to you, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between the lie and the truth. Whatever you tell it, it will take it as the truth. So if you say to yourself, I can't do it, your subconscious mind will say, okay, you're right. Let's find a way that you can't do it.
Because and it was going through the Google side of your brain. Why can't you do it? Because you failed your GCSEs, you're a crap husband, you don't have a business, you're not earning enough. It's like Google, the Google version of your brain, subhanAllah.
It is. So it searches in all the boxes, such like, when you do a search and like you find all the tabs open, that's what happens. And every single tab is you failed at this, you failed at that, you failed at that. So instead of saying that to yourself, what you need to do is ask yourself, how can I do this? How can I make this happen? Like for me, when I wanted to go to LA, I made the intention like a month before. I was like, I'm gonna go to LA. I was like, how can I go there? How can I make the plans? And alhamdulillah, by the will of Allah, it all happened so
Alhamdulillah.
nicely and so smoothly. I think it was so great because I put the intention out there, saw the vision, and told myself that I can do it. And I went inside my search engine and looked at all the things that I've done where I was successful. And that's what's going to
Wow.
keep you on
SubhanAllah.
track. So look at all the
Yeah.
things where you were successful. For me, I finished my law degree. I'm the first person to go to university in my family. All these things I put in my brain. I was like, okay, I can do it. So if you are struggling to get the fuel or put your foot on the gas pedal, look at all the things you've achieved in your life and use that as the incentive to pursue your goals.
Yeah, and you know what? You just reminded me of another thing, subhanAllah. Gratitude journal. I've got a little
Oh
diary.
yes,
I haven't
girl.
been writing in it recently. I'm not going to pretend I write it in it every week. I just found it underneath like my pile of books. I was like, oh, subhanAllah. And
Oh
basically,
wow.
little things to be grateful for. It was there's small, little, tiny things. And wallahi, you read them and it just pumps you up. Like somebody said that, oh, you've got a nice smile. I wrote that in big letters and just
Ah,
looking at that and it makes you happy, subhanallah. So
mashallah.
really, yeah, so really achieving your goals, we did this live yesterday, you have to overcome your procrastination, right? So
Mm,
you're doing, at least do your most important tasks should be done by importance, because there's a difference between important things and urgent things.
mm,
Important is what's going to determine the quality of your life, and urgent is it'd be nice to do it, but it's not really as important. And like I said yesterday, saying the affirmation, do it now, do it now, do it
mm.
now, is going to push you. Slice that
Right,
task into small pieces, and when you slice it, you're going to be able to do it. If you're
right.
going to set priorities, you'll get the job done faster for your success.
And I want to add to that, for the gratitude that you just mentioned, a great way to add
Mm,
gratitude to your goals. So this is like when I talk about journaling, you journal in the present tense as if it's already happened. So let's say you have a project on essay, like a universal thing that we can all think about. Let's say you have
mm,
a project to finish. You write that goal, you write you accomplishing that goal and write the word grateful with it. So you write, I'm so grateful that I finished my essay on time. Okay. Write that in your journal. You can write it over and over again if you want to, but just writing it with the word grateful, it actually helps you, it balances your energy. It puts you in a
mm.
mode of
SubhanAllah.
thankfulness and receiving and opening. So that way you're open to actually committing to your goals. Because what happens is we create the resistance, right?
Yeah,
We
yeah,
think about all the ways that it's not going to work. We think about all the ways that we can't do it. We create that resistance. A way to break that resistance is to go into a place of gratitude and actually put it in your mind. Imagine what it would feel like to be so grateful that you actually accomplished this goal.
yeah.
And then journaling in the
SubhanAllah.
present tense helps you do that.
Yeah,
Let's go to any insights, guys. Let us know your insights. What actions are you going to be taking from this live? Like, what
yeah.
are you
And
going
what
to
are
do?
your high priority goals? What are things that you really need to be doing? And about gratitude, Rosaline, subhanAllah, in
Mm,
the morning when I was doing my visualization, right? I actually thought of
mhm,
three things that I was really grateful for, and they don't have to
mm,
be big things. And I thought,
mm,
subhanAllah, the first person that came in my mind was my little sister.
mm.
SubhanAllah, I've got a sister who's 6 years old, and she's cute and
Oh,
cuddly, mashallah, and I love her to bits,
mashallah.
right? And her face just came in my mind, and I just thought about
Oh,
it, and I thought, okay, I remembered all the experiences and the times I've had with her, and I felt like I was on top of the world. Then I thought about my mother,
oh,
subhanallah. I thought my mom, alhamdulillah, she is a rock, and she is, your mother's your mother, right? They go through
mm,
thick and thin for you. And I thought, I'm so grateful for her. And
yeah,
it really, when you become grateful, it really changes. It puts a different spin onto everything. Everything is for you. You're happy, you're
yes,
content. It doesn't matter what people say, what people think. You don't care, because you've got a higher kind of purpose and a higher mission, and you're in this zone of energy that's just next level. You're not going to be
yeah,
blown off, because gratitude is a big thing, even Islamically.
it is.
SubhanAllah.
Ooh, what does
Allah has
Allah
told you.
say?
Yeah.
Yeah, Allah says about gratitude, if you're grateful, I will give you more.
Hmm.
Like guys, you have to understand, and a lot of us think that, oh, I'm not allowed to take my portion from this world. It's not for me. There's an ayah in the Quran that Allah says, don't forget your portion in this world. Don't forget it. by saying that I'm only focusing on the akhirah. He created this world for you to enjoy it. Okay,
Yeah.
not in the sense that obviously you enjoy it to the point that you start doing things that are impermissible, but you are allowed to enjoy it, right?
Yes.
So don't. And also another thing with gratitude, something that I said in my live earlier when I was talking with Jamila, is that we create scarcity. Okay, we create the scarcity, but the abundance has always been there. When you speak from a place of gratitude, when you're grateful, you tap into that abundance that was already there. And this is what Allah says: if you're grateful, I will give you more, because He's letting you know that the abundance is everywhere. The tool that you use to tap into it is gratefulness. And this is what will help you pursue your goals, commit to them, and keep going. It's just that gratitude that, wow, man, I did it. Allah helped me through. And for some people, setting a goal and achieving it, it actually helps them connect with God. I've
Yeah.
noticed that with a lot of people. It helps them reconnect with Allah. Like, you start talking to God more. You say, Allah, please help me. You pray Sakhara. You start making dua more. Because when you get committed to your goal and you express with gratitude, it helps you, push you and helps you commit to what you're
Yeah.
doing.
100%.
Oh, mashallah,
Alhamdulillah.
someone, Amber said that she was delaying Asr Salah, and then she said to herself, do it now, and she did. Yay.
Oh, that's really good, mashallah.
Mashallah,
That's
Amber, well
amazing,
done.
especially when you're using it for deen, subhanallah. That's even
Yeah,
more noble. What a noble thing to do. So it's not limited to your goals in your dunya and just things that you're doing. You can use it for anything, subhanallah. Also,
yeah.
another thing with goal setting is some things you won't be able to do everything on your own. So
Mm.
delegate and outsource tasks. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, if you know that you're a super busy mom or you're running a business and this is happening and you've got a lot of children and this and that and everything. Don't waste your time on things that you can't do when you can hire people. If you can afford it, spend your time on your higher value tasks. And this is what they teach you in business, because if you can't delegate, you can't really grow because you can't do every single thing yourself.
Yeah, you're
You
not a
just need
robot.
to delegate with clarity. You
Mm.
have an outcome, you pick the right person, not an incapable person, because when you have incapable people, it's not going to really get done. You'll just be going
Yeah, it's
round in
gonna.
circles. Give
Yeah,
them a deadline, check
yeah,
on them, inspect that it's done on time. Actually, never assume that it's going to be done on time unless you check it,
yeah.
because
Exactly.
most people do struggle with the time management thing.
Yeah.
So, subhanallah, that's important as
I
well.
just want to shout out Gomez Strong. Mashallah, she works in the health field during COVID-19, and she said that I say I'm so grateful. I still have a job. It's draining me, but I have
Mm,
an income and a job. So thank you,
Alhamdulillah.
Gomez Strong, for going out there and helping other people. We appreciate you. So
Yeah,
I'm looking at the
Alhamdulillah.
comments. Yeah, I don't know where the narrative of forget the world came from. That's so true. That how can you forget the world when you live in it? Our bodies
Yeah.
live in this world. Do
And
you know even your
even in tawaf, what dua are we asked to make? When you're circumambulating the Kaaba, what dua is recommended, that is sunnah to actually make? Oh Allah, we ask you good for this world and the good
the
for the
here?
hereafter. And
But you know
save us
what, guys?
all,
Yeah, the bad evil from this world, right?
yeah, from the fire. Yeah,
Yeah,
subhanallah. Yeah.
guys. You know what's so good? You know what's so good about when you have this mindset that I'm allowed my portion in this world and hereafter. It's a direct reflection of how. Not saying that we know what's going to happen in the hereafter, but the Sahabas, they always strived hard, because when your nature is to strive, you will naturally want to strive for the best in Jannah, right? In best in paradise. So striving in this world, it keeps you focused as well. That if I can have this in this world, I can have it in the hereafter as well. So don't say to yourself that, "Oh, I don't need anything from this world." You have a body. Your body has a right over you, and it's part of this world. Just remember that.
Yeah,
Um,
subhanallah. Yeah, I think because some people can go either way too much, and it's good to have that balance. Also, by
yeah,
the way, if you're a person who is a business person, you always have meetings and you're setting goals. If you have meetings, know the purpose of the meeting at the beginning. Get the agenda, because if there's no agenda, you're gonna,
yeah.
you
You're
deal
flying
with the most
chickens.
important thing first, and you
Yeah.
you start and you stop on time punctually. How many times have you had it where you've just sat in a meeting for hours and hours, or it's just kind of been a waste of time? And
Yeah.
distractions, your phone can be our phones, our mobiles, social media. I've had it where I've put my phone on flight mode when I've really had to do
I
something.
give it to my son. If you got kids, guys, give it to your children. They will not give it back to you.
I really like that idea. Give it to your son. Unplug
give
your
it.
phone. Unplug your phone. If it's important, you know,
Throw it
we're
away.
always
I'm
getting
joking.
we're always getting distracted by calls. The phone is a big
Put
killer.
it in the bin, guys. Put your phone in the bin. Just put
If
it in the
it's
bin,
really
okay?
important, if it's really that important, they'll call you back, okay?
I
Because
know,
most
right?
people, yeah, because you know what? Let's be honest here, right? Most people are time wasters, right? You
Oh
know,
my God,
and,
right.
and if somebody's wasting your, if somebody's really wasting your time, right? Just stay standing up, right, as if you're about to leave, and say, "I was just leaving." You know,
That's such a good thing.
if people say to you, "Are you free?" Say no.
No.
Just and a lot of the time we don't say no, right?
Yeah,
We
we have to
actually explain.
explain.
Yeah,
Why do
you
you have
have
to
to.
explain? You know, guys, you know one thing I learned setting boundaries, and this is part of goal
Oh,
setting that boundary and to say no. Just don't
say
explain
no.
yourself. You don't need to explain why you said no. No is a full sentence. Don't be afraid to rock the boat a bit. This is you getting, you know, guys, I want you to practice no. I think this is your homework for this life. Practice saying no to things that do not serve you and your goals. And you will get further ahead in life than trying to please everyone because guys, you can't give parts of you to everyone.
You can't
You're
do
just one person.
everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
you
Like
cannot do
me, guy,
everything.
yeah. I'm a mother. I can't give every part of myself to my kids. I have to have time for myself. I can't sit with my kids and give attention one, and it hurts my mind. Literally, it hurts, and I get overwhelmed. So, as naturally as a human being, it's not in our what's it called in our logic to be
Yeah, no,
pleasing people all the time.
yeah,
We need those boundaries. So, homework for today is to say no to something that does not serve you, and only you know what that is. I can't tell you what that is. You have to figure it out for yourself.
yeah.
Nisa Hub said, personally, no one destroyed my heart in the moment because I constantly overcare about how others feel. So I probably subconsciously expect others to be similar, but it's okay to say no and be told no. Oh, okay. Yeah, exactly, Nisa.
Yeah,
Mashallah.
yeah. I think it's nice to have a good heart, and we're not saying keep that element about you. And you know, people, there's some people who are really pure and genuine and helpful, and that's amazing. But have a little bit of boundary as well, because people can take the mick, which is true,
Yeah, so true.
right? You,
Yogesh Ahdam said, should we keep expectations in success? Should we
um,
have expectations?
well,
Well, you should expect to achieve it.
yeah, yeah, you should, because if you think you're not going to achieve it and you're doing it, you're not going to really do it properly because you're kind of half-heartedly in. You need to have that, not that it's not an expectation, it is a commitment and a decision that you have made that you are going to achieve it. You have to come
Yeah,
when you really want something, you have to make a firm commitment that, you know what, come rain or shine, I'm going to do this.
yeah,
Expectation is when you expectation is a bit different because you're expecting something from in terms of commitment and decision. It's a bit different. There's a
yeah.
difference. I don't know how to explain it, but there
But
is a difference.
expectation that when you place expectation on something and it doesn't work, you'll get disappointed. So
Yeah,
what we would say to you is expect that when you commit to the result, you will get when you commit to the goal, you will get some form of result, whether it's in the form of the vision or whether it's in the form of something better,
and
right?
put that expectation on yourself that I am 100% responsible for this outcome.
Yes,
That way, you will not
exactly.
be disappointed. Subhanallah, I am
Mashallah.
100% responsible.
Bra Secure said, Mashallah, I sat on a business idea for 9 years, procrastinating on the idea. However, after I spoke to Rosaline, she really motivated me so much. Jazakallah khair, sister. Oh, Mashallah. Yes, Bra Secure, I
Alhamdulillah, well
remember
done.
you. Mashallah, Alhamdulillah. I'm so proud of you, man. Yeah, it takes,
Alhamdulillah.
guys, if you've been sitting on business ideas, now is the time. Actually, I had a call with someone today. So I was like, you know what? He's a brother. He goes, and he's really good at what he does. And he was like, I've been sitting on this idea for years and I just don't know how to go about it. Just take the first step. That's all you have to do. Put it out on social media. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something that propels you towards your goal of building a business. Whether it's announcing it to people that, you know what, guys, I'm starting my business. Whether it's putting it on social media. Whether it's asking questions. Whether it's hiring a mentor or finding a program. That's the way that you go towards your business goals. I think that London lad said, I think when we calculate how many distractions we have, therein you will realize how much potential we lose. That's so
Yeah,
true.
because all our energy is going on the things that are distracting us and they take us away from the goal. That's why it's important to have a bit of a schedule in place or some sort of timetable in place. I'm not saying have a hardcore timetable, but depending on what your goal is, you need to be doing things that are going to be getting you closer to that goal every day.
Yeah, Umat Connection said you can get friends, etc. if you're on your ship. Well, what happens when it's someone close to you? You can pick them up later. Just throw them off for now.
I
And
didn't
then,
understand the question. What
so
do you
she
mean?
said, if it's someone close to you, because I said to you, just kick them off your ship. She goes, what if it's someone close to you? Well, you can kick them off your ship and pick them up later once the goal has been
Yeah, true,
finished.
true. You don't have
Just,
to
you
tell
don't
them
have to cut
every single
ties.
thing. Yeah, you don't have to cut
Yeah,
ties, and they don't need to know every single thing anyway,
yeah,
right? And if
exactly.
depending on
You
who
don't.
they are, obviously, but obviously, if it was your husband and wife, then that's a bit different. But genuinely speaking, I would say you don't need anybody's consent, providing that it's halal, it's not harming anybody, it's serving you, your future, and you're doing it with integrity.
Yeah,
Inshallah,
and this
go
is
for it.
why, guys, you should be very careful about who you speak to. This is why I only speak to my mentors when it comes to my business
Yeah,
ideas.
don't tell
Don't tell
every
anyone.
single person about
Yeah,
what you want to do, because not all
I
of them are
speak.
gonna. Yeah,
Yeah,
not all of them
I
are
speak to
gonna
my.
agree, are they? So
Mm, I speak to my husband about my business ideas. Speak to my mentor. That's it. My brother as well. People who understand me. When you
yeah,
feel like someone asked, I don't know who it was. I can't see the comment, but someone asked, "Do you get advice from negative people?" No.
no,
Maybe
never. You don't
you
even tell
can.
them.
Don't tell him,
Rest
because you
of
know
luck.
what did Churchill say? He goes, don't ever go to a negative person for a solution, because they have a problem for every solution or something like
Yeah,
that. Just
subhanallah.
don't. You don't need no validation from no one. Just validate yourself. Speak to God. You know, guys, I speak to God every day. Like, Allah, is this right for me? Just speak to Allah. He's the guy. He's the only one that can guide you. So you should be speaking to Allah more than anyone else, and Allah will guide you. Allah says there's signs everywhere, even in your conversations. You on this live is a sign for you to go and do what you need to do. Set your goals and achieve them. You're on this live for a reason. It's not by chance that you guys came on this live and you clicked the button for, wow, Rosaline and Zyka are on live. There's a
Mm.
reason why you're watching this live. It's a sign for you to go and pursue your goals, pursue your dreams, and commit to them. So always look for the signs and don't go for. I would say to stay away from negative people, honestly, as much
Yeah,
as you
yeah.
can.
Don't tell
Just
you negative. There's only the people that really care and love, care about you and love you. Tell them. By the way, another thing that's going to help you achieve success also is batching tasks. So basically, do things in batches rather than one by one, because that it gets it done quicker. The first time when you learn something, it's obviously going to take more time, but that learning
yeah,
curve will decrease as the more you repeat it. Example, if you make all your, I don't know, if you had a business call, all your sale calls at once, and you do it regularly, you're going to get much more done than if you didn't. So group things together, try and batch them together. That
yeah,
works
batch them
really well for
together.
me. I always try and do that. I always
Yeah, and the last question,
mm,
Muslim Artri said, "Do you start a business? Do you need to do a course?" Guys, this is business. Let me tell you what business is. Business is solving problems. If you
yeah,
know you can solve a problem and you have the skill and there's demand for it, the only way that you can run a business when there's demand for it, then go for it. You don't need a course to get started. Yes, you may need a program, a coach, a mentor along the way, but it doesn't mean you need a course or whatever course you're looking for. If you're training in health, yes, you need to certify yourself in health coaching. If you're
yeah,
training as like a mindset coach or like a mental health therapist, of course you need training. But if you know you can solve someone's problem and you have the skill to do it and there's a demand for it, then go for it. And I would say to you that along the way, while you're learning along the way, get the course, get the mentor, do the work. But you don't have to you don't have to wait for the right time,
yeah. Because
basically.
you know what people do? Many people wait and think, when I do this perfect course, then I'll do this and then I'll do that,
Yeah,
and
guys,
that
I did
stops
that.
them. And,
Gosh.
and that stops them from starting, because then you're never
Yeah.
going to do it. Just start it off, stay committed to it, and then on your way, as you're learning, naturally you're going to learn. You're going to make mistakes. Get somebody and help you get there quicker. That's it.
Yeah.
And you have to be obviously you have to be good at what you do, and that will really help you. And by the way, being another thing about goal setting, I know this is, you might think it's not linked, but actually staying neatness is critical. If you
Oh,
actually
yeah.
clean up, just, I'm not saying really spotless clean, but if you tidy up, it's going to actually increase your
I'm
productivity
still on the
by
live, Yakub.
20%. By
Yeah.
20%, your productivity increases, because people don't want to promote people who are messy. Keep what I did about 2 weeks ago from Tesco's. I bought these big plastic container boxes, because I'm not good with papers. I'm going to be honest. My papers
Mm.
sometimes get messy, and books. My papers and books and everything can get everywhere. So literally, all I did was bought these two plastic white boxes, and I put them in 2 different rooms, and everything's inside that box, and it makes it easier for you to do what you're supposed to be doing as well.
That's a good plan to have, guys. So we're gonna go now, guys, because it's Maghrib time. We have to go pray. But yes, it was really nice talking to you. Please let us know your insights, the actions you're going to be taking from this live, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m.
Yeah, inshallah. And if this has been beneficial to you, then please do help
Share
us in
it.
sharing it and, giving it to somebody who's struggling with their goals, especially during COVID-19. And inshallah, we'll be with you. Any feedback, any gems, any topics you want, anything at all, please get in touch with us. DM either one of us or PM. I don't know what does DM stand for? Don't message.
Direct message. Don't know.
I,
Don't
I, used
message.
to, I used to
Do
always
not
think
message me. I'm joking.
DM stood for don't message, but it actually doesn't.
But it could, it could say don't message,
Don't
like
message. Yeah.
DM or
DM,
direct
yeah.
message.
DM
Yeah,
is
DM.
for Instagram and PM is for Facebook, right? But
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, Jazakallah khair. Thank you so much.
Jazakallah khair, guys. Thank you so much. And guys, the live is up. The live is up on Instagram for 24 hours, so you can watch it. And it's available on YouTube and the Psycha Riyadh. And it'll be there right now. So you can go back and watch
Inshallah.
it.
Yeah.
Take care, guys.
Thank you very much.
Assalamu alaikum. Bye.
Assalamu alaikum.